Hi there, thanks for checking out our channel. If this is the first time you ever seen one of our videos and found out about us through YouTube or whatever, we appreciate you finding us. We've got about 400 videos or so on YouTube of all sorts of electric fence repair stuff and how to test and reviews and stuff like that. But down in the description area, if you look down a little drop down box down below, there'll be links to our websites, but fencerfixer.com is our website for electric fencer stuff. And we also work on the cattle scale repairs, or cattle scales and low bars for different brands. But we do free quotes and 18-month warranties. But it's going to be kind of a, hopefully, cross the fingers we can fix this one. This is a old Speedrite model. It's got a SM2400. It's a 2.4 output joule unit. So probably like 3 to 4 stored, I would guess. So the comparable model nowadays would be like a probably Speedrite 3000 or Speedrite 2000. Those are what took the place of this one. This is the last generation, but we're gonna pull this apart and see what we can do with it. So we'll unplug it in first. It's a 110, 120 volt unit. Well, it's clicking and pulsing. It's a good sign. The light's powered on there. You can barely see it glowing, but that light's there. But there should be a light flashing there, and it's not. So half the battle's good for us because it's coming on and clicking, making some noise. So that's half the battle right there. So we're gonna pull this apart, get the spider out of here, so then it'll bite me on accident. Okay, there's 5 screws. The ones in the corner are Phillips, and the one there is like a, I think it's called a tri-wing. It's a kind of a tamper-proof squirrely screw that they used to use and stuff. So we'll pull these ones in the corner apart first. And that one in the middle is not Phillips. Takes a tri-wing tool, they call it. It's a type of tamper-proof. It's kind of like a Phillips bit, but I think it's called a tri-wing. But here's a normal Phillips right here, and here's what this one looks like. It's a little bit different. See, it's kind of got a triangular shape to it on the way that this looks. So this is, yep, that's the right one. So that's what this bit is. Come on. This one's never been apart, seems like. God dang. All right, we'll tilt it back over and watch for the screws to fall out. Yeah, there's what that looked like. So it's not a regular old Phillips. It's a type of tamper-proof screw. All right. Well, this bowl's burnt out, so that could be why it's not flashing. But I would imagine that this board here is good because it's clicking. We'll test that capacitor. Just make sure it's okay. I mean, this is an old unit. I suspect that this is probably a problem that's gone bad is this transformer. We'll check the output here in just a second, and if it tests low, we'll remove this board, or we'll pull these wires off and move this board and go right across these terminals because this board could have a problem too. So let's plug it back in. Power light's on over here. So I can barely see it clicking right and flashing that little light bulb right there. Barely see it flashing. We're going to go across here. 1.4 kV. Well, that's not good. So now we'll plug these two wires from the transformer, move this board, and then we'll go across right here. And if this tests good, and this board's bad. Now, the good and the bad of this particular unit is none of these boards are made anymore. You can't get any of these circuit boards anymore, and you can't get the transformer anymore. Capacitors, we can probably find one that will work in it, but transformers and these boards are no longer made. But they're old school enough. If you know you can do your homework and know how to test these things on this board, you can get these going. The transformers, I've had these type of units in before, and the transformers go bad. I can retrofit another type of transformer in its place and keep the unit going. So this unit is not a lost cause. So we're going to go across this here and see how much it hopefully jumps up quite a bit. No, 1.4. So this board, this little board here is good. So problems in the transformer. We'll test this capacitor just to see. It says it is a 20 microfarad capacitor. So we'll test that real quick and double check. So you're not sure how to test a capacitor. Not all multimeters can test capacitors, but this is the meter that I use, a Fluke 115. It's a good quality tester. But you want to put it on, find that symbol right there, right above my finger, this stupid thing, and focus on it. But that symbol right above my finger there, that yellow symbol right there, that's the symbol for a capacitor. If your meter doesn't have that, you really can't test the capacitor correctly. So we're going to switch it over to that, which now has the F on there. It's hard to see, but it's F's for the farads, which is what those are rated in. And this is 20 microfarads. So we're going to go across it and we'll see what it reads. And we are reading 19.8 on a 20 microfarad capacitor. So the capacitor is good. I'm going to assume the board's fine, but we're going to try to retrofit another transformer into this thing. So what we first need to do is we need to pull the wire, or pull the screws out of it. And then okay, let's see. Just trying to looking at stuff here a little bit. I haven't done one of these in a while. I think I'm going to try to pull this wire off here. Pull that wire off there. And then I want to get this green wire out of here. It looks like it is. Pull this capacitor off. Now this capacitor's probably got a charge in it, so you be a little careful. You know, a little tab here. So we need to push it back, lift it up. Okay, it comes from the power. Okay, there's where it taps it right there. Okay. We don't need that anymore. We're going to get rid of it. There's the transformer. All right, I'm going to grab the transformers I use for these type of units. All right, it's a transformer I'm going to use. This is used in some smaller mid-range or medium-powered Gallagher units, but it fits right in there. One thing I got to do is I got to make sure I get my polarity right on the primaries and secondaries. A bigger wire is higher amperage, lower voltage side, so that's the primary input side. So that's where those wires off the main board are going to come in at. Then the output, which is a higher voltage, lower amperage side, which is a thinner wire, that's going to go to my fence and ground over here. So we're going to set it just like that. So now I've got to get some wire. I'm going to make some connections, and I'm going to need to solder into here and into there and run it over to where it's going to attach over here. So I'm going to turn the light on so I can see a little bit better. Strip off some wire. Get my soldering iron ready. I'll clean the iron first. Alright, so now what we're going to do, add some solder to this wire here. Kind of get a nice coating on there. And then I'm going to cut some of that off. I got this a little too long, so I'm going to bring that solder back. Somewhere down in there. All right, and I guess what I should do first as well is need to put solder inside these little holes here and on there. That's where the wires are going to come in and out. These are made to set on some tabs that are on a board. It sets on there and everything. Well, these don't have tabs that set on there, so we have to carry your little ant. I need to be able to shove that in there, solder it. So I'm going to add some solder to each one of these holes here. And that's where we're going to solder these wires to. There's one. Two. Three. And last one. If you'd said this to anybody else, they would have told you, sorry, sir, or ma'am, we don't have can't get the transformer anymore, so you're going to have to throw it away and buy a new one, which you could still buy a new one, but this is a pretty cheap fix. I mean, a brand new Speedrite 3000 is, I don't know, what, $250 or something like that. So they're not giving them things away. Or you drop down a size to the 2000 Speedrite 2000, spend $200 or whatever them things sell for. So why not fix an old one and keep it going? There's no point of throwing it away because all this stuff can be fixed. It can be rebuilt. It's old school electronics, you know, with capacitors, diodes, stuff that you can desolder and solder in. It's not a complex machine, so you know why not just fix the old thing and get it going again. So we're gonna plug this back in real quick. And I'm gonna hold on. I need to make sure I get this in first. This isn't going to take too long to get it going, I don't think. Alright, so now, because I need to know where these wires go, so we're going to put one there, one there. So we're going to make this a little long. There's plenty of room to fool with. So there's that one. And then I'm going to strip off a little bit of that. Add some solder to this wire. These are back when Speedrite was really well built. And they're not bad today. They're just overpriced for what they are on the inside. They don't build their electronics like this anymore. So now I'm going to heat up that hole there. Get out in the open a little bit so I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, set that back here. I'm going to run that wire over to this tab, so I'm going to cut it a little long. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put connectors on it. Just put regular old 1/4" spade connectors go on here. Long. So now this is going to go here. This is going to go there, if I can get it on there. Okay. All right. Let's see. So this would be like that. So we still pull up just like this. I'll put some like a double-sided foam or something on the bottom of this to press it into place. So that way it doesn't move around. So now we're going to do the same thing with this wire. So heat it up and add some solder to this wire. Too much wire on there. Heat that up. Come on. This. I just need to. I'm gonna make it kind of long. I'm gonna reinstall that board first on here, and then I'll cut this wire to size. All right, so now we'll solder on this one. Same thing here. Oh. Ow. Leave that there. Cut that a little long. So now we're going to reinstall this board. We know it's good. Tuck these wires down underneath because that's how they're going to have to go. Now we'll make a couple spade connectors. We'll cut off a little bit of this one. Strip that off. And we'll cut this one aside, so this one needs to be about that long. Crimp on a couple of connectors of those. plug it on here. Now I'm pretty certain this is what's going to fix it. I think everything else is fine. Yeah, but if you'd sent this to anybody else, unless they had a transformer in stock or had something that would fit it or whatever, there's only so much room in this case to put anything. So really, your options are really limited on what you can put in here. All right, I'll fasten this. If this works, I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to fasten it in there with some double-sided tape or something. So let's turn the light off. I can see it better. So a little light now flashing, which is barely flickering before. So I'll put my tester. We're probably going to be good to go, but we'll put the tester across here. Fence to fence, ground to ground. 7.5 kV, so a little over 7,000 volts come out, little thing. So what kind of spark this thing jump? Hot little shock from the little thing. So this one's done. You know, there's nothing else I can really do to it. Nothing else is broken in it. I'm going to get some double-sided tape piece here. We'll put on the back side of it here. Cut a little bit off. It's a little wide. Knife. So this one is all done. Now all I gotta do is write the customer up and call him with his quote, make sure he's okay with it. I'm pretty certain he would. If he doesn't, I'll keep it here for a spare unit or something. Or part it out and keep the spare parts out of the thing. But this is a good working unit now, so make sure that thing's all the way in there. Didn't move them now. So now we'll put the cover back on. Hold on. Got something wrong here. Can't close the case on it, so I think this capacitor, or it's these tab things in the way. Let me. No, capacitor's sitting up too high. It's got 4 tabs on it. I need to put it on the bottom ones, or the upper ones. Sorry. Come on, get on there. Yeah. So I think that's what it was. What am I hitting? I think it's hitting these things. So maybe we got to do something a little different. Let me tuck these down out of the way for a second just to see if that's what it is. And this capacitor was plugged in right the first time. Yeah, see, that's how it's got to have to go. There. Now it's back together. So let me see what I can do here, because I think these little plastic things here I've got on here, I think they stick out too far, and they're getting in the way of something up inside this case here. You know, one of these little pegs or something. So what we'll do is I'll just solder those wires straight onto these little tabs here, and we'll do it that way. Good, it's long enough still to reach. So we'll strip off a little bit on each wire. A little solder on each wire. Solder a little bit of, add some solder to the male spade here. Solder on this one here. And then we'll just heat them both up together at the same time and basically fuse the two together. Now it doesn't stick out as far, so maybe I can still shut the case on it. Hitting on this damn thing. Yeah. Just being finicky. So now we can put the thing back together and it is all done. So, well, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this helps somebody out. You know, if you got one of these old Speedrite units like that, you know, and it's not working right, at least it shows you what the inside looks like. If you like to get it looked at, come on. You can welcome send it here. Screw holes will line up. Screws just being really pain in my neck to get lined up in the hole just right. Come on. It's being a pain too. Just it's got so much room in there that the screw, if it doesn't hit the hole just right, it won't go in there. It goes in kind of cockeyed. It's not going in there right. Come on. Stupid thing. Oh, where's my magnetic thing here? Oh, well, this one's done. Oh, there we go. So we'll turn the light off real quick. Make sure it's still running. Hard to see that light, but it is flashing. Well, until we do another video of how to fix one, or how to test one, or review on a fence charger, we'll be happy to help you guys out on any questions you guys might have. Send things in to us for repair. That's what we do. We work on these things. We don't sell, you know, new stuff. We don't sell anything. We sell some parts here and there for people to do their own repairs on certain brands and models. But 90% of what we do is repairs. I don't sell anything new. I'm not a dealer for any brand. I'm just certified, or whatever you want to call the work on these different things. So until we do another video of how to work on one or how one works, we'll see you guys later on. Remember to subscribe.